pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, just so everyone's aware, Cindy Ozers, our fiscal officer, she's on vacation. She's attending the meeting at her request was supposed to be Zoom, but at least she's on the line with us. So, Cindy, we'll do roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Reiniger,
Here.
Mr. Blanton,
Here.
Mr. Robinson.
Here.
All right, Ken, I'm asking for the approval of the minutes for May and June 1st, 2022.
Second that.
Mr. Reiniger,
Oh, you're asking for a motion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll so move.
Sorry, Cindy. Mike made a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
okay, Mr. Reiniger. Okay,
Yep.
Mr. Reiniger,
Yes.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
This might be a titanic struggle. All right, I'll ask for a motion for the approval of the expenditures May 19th through June 15th, 2022.
Make a motion to approve the expenditure as presented by the clerk.
Second?
Mr. Reiniger,
Yes.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
All right, we'll open the meeting up with Administrator's Report. Mr. Reid.
Thank you, sir. Just so you know, I went drive-by actually today for Triple Crown Storm Drain project is doing very well. They're actually starting to do fill back in. As I told you in the June 1st meeting, it looks like they're gonna pretty much be on schedule to have that completed by the end of June, which is good. And I know the homeowners are very pleased. I had a long conversation with Larry Purchase, the AD for Three Rivers, who initially said they might want an additional tennis court in the space that we were thinking of putting the pickleball courts. He has since given his blessing for the pickleball courts to go in there, and should we decide to move forward. And should we decide to move forward on that, I also have looked up grants through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. It's a 50-50 proposition to pay for, and I haven't gone fully in depth because we don't have a plan yet, right? We can't put in for it until the plan is there, but I did some investigating last night and today that there are 50-50 grants to help us pay for the pickleball courts, and also should we move forward on the park down at Buffalo Ridge in East Miami, property acquisition is also a part of those grants. Once again, on a 50-50 basis where we would have to supply, the fiscal officer would have to state that we have 50% of the project before they would ever send any money. So I can update you further once we have a plan in place and what our submission could be and what the dates and deadlines are. So I just wanted to add that in there. That's not in the report. It's just something I did since I came up with this. The grant for the fire department was submitted on Friday, June 10th. As I told you, I received confirmation from the state that was accepted. You have copies of that in your packet.
Dan, can I get the address you sent that to?
I don't have it here. I can give it to you after the meeting if you like.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yes, sir. There was a revise in one of the policies that from last meeting at the suggestion of Mr. Robinson. I made that correction. That's also in your packet, along with a copy of
You're on the misconduct policy, correct?
What's that?
You're on the misconduct policy?
misconduct policy, and I also went ahead and gave you new copies of the evaluation policy in there, and there has been no changes to that since it was initially introduced that anybody said. And it's pretty basic. It's just like evaluate your employees once a year. That's pretty much what that says in a nutshell. There's also, once again, an organizational chart. I don't know if it's in your packet, but I did put it in your mailbox, so, okay.
It's in there.
I will let Mr. Robinson and Mr. Blanton expand on number 7. We held interviews for both the events manager here at the community center, and also Karen and I held interviews for the administrative assistant at the senior center, and I'll let you guys expound on those. I found all of the candidates for all the jobs to be exceptional. You're going to have a hard decision to make. We had a meeting on myself and Mr. Beck. Mr. Robinson was down at the construction meeting at the East Miami River Road Firehouse, so we kind of divided and conquered on that. We had a meeting on the proposed roundabout on Wednesday, June 8th. The next meeting is scheduled for June 23rd, 22 at 8:15 a.m. And at the suggestion of Mr. Beck, who's trying to see this project through to the end because he was in the beginning 7 years ago when it was first proposed, we are getting the county engineer to come in to assist us in helping move the project along so we can get a shovel in the ground before the end of the year, hopefully. So really, in a nutshell, that's it. Just a couple other things. We opened a cooling center here in this building in the basement. Mr. Hughes and I talked, I think, the night of the storms.
Monday night.
Yeah, and we both thought it was a great idea, and Chief Lacey was involved in that as well, and actually helped out get us some food by grabbing crumbles, correct? Yeah. And so we were able to open that up to our residents, especially those that didn't have any power downstairs. I did have a sign-in sheet. I did not have anybody sign in, but last night and today I cleaned up water bottles, and I don't know if the firemen were going down there and drinking water or what. I did not physically, I just want to say I did not physically see anyone utilize it, but there were cookies missing and bottles gone, whoever that might be. But I'm glad it was, we were able to do that. I would be looking at the board potentially looking at the weather for tomorrow. Should we extend it one more day because it was initially just for Tuesday and Wednesday until 8 o'clock? We can extend it one more day if you would like, but just give me a direction on that. I mean, I think it was great that the board approved opening that up to our residents, and it was something in the West. To be quite honest with you, looking at the websites, we were like the only game in town when it came to outside the city that was actually advertised on all the media outlets and that kind of thing if you did go down the list. So I think it was a great thing for the township.
Well, I think we can address that right now. Do you have any discussion about opening up for tomorrow?
No problem. I mean, Jenny called me Monday night at 7:30 and asked me what I thought, and I told him good idea. I mean, it's fantastic. So Jim and the chief did a good job on that, I thought, getting it started early in the process.
So let's just go forward. Mike, you got anything?
Well, so I believe we put out on social media already and possibly the website that it's approved through Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I just looked at the forecast. I wasn't being disrespectful, but I looked at the extended forecast and it looks like Thursday is a 95, 96. Friday is 90 for a high. I don't know if that's significant or if any of you guys want to weigh in if that 96 versus 90 is a big drop or not. I mean, it's not huge, but so I think we're good through Thursday, but whether we extend it to Friday and then Saturday dips down, I think 78 or something like that.
I mean,
So-
the bottom line is it's not costing us anything. I mean, we have to cool the building anyway, and it's a matter of programming the doors to lock and unlock at 10 and 8 o'clock at night. I have volunteered to come up at 8 o'clock at night to make sure it's cleaned up for the next day, wiped down, sanitized, and to throw any debris away and make sure that any food is not left out. So I have no problem continuing to do that until the direction.
You okay with Friday then? Let's just make it a now, so right now we'll wait until Friday.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
fine,
okay with you?
that's fine.
So we'll extend it to Friday, so we
Okay.
got Thursday covered. Mike, if you can update our Facebook page, that would be great.
Questions?
None for me. You got any questions, Jeff? Mr. Reiner? Mike? Mr. Roberson?
No, I will, this time, just reiterate as far as the roundabout meeting, like Mr. Reid said, most of this project is being run through the county, so the idea that if we can get the county engineer, Eric, back out here, that maybe we can get a little nudge and a little help pushing the state, because we're waiting for ODOT and the state, and again, all this takes time, we understand that, but in our opinion, it's not moving as fast as it should. So, and Mr. Reid, Mr. Beck, Paul Beck, and I appreciate his continued involvement on a volunteer basis on this, but we're not thrilled with the progress that we're seeing, and we want to keep the foot on the gas pedal and keep their feet to the fire. So, yeah, we'll continue to update everybody.
Sounds good. Dan, I wanted to thank you for helping out with all of this, the police stations, everything, along with Jim and Chief Lacy. We do appreciate everything you guys did.
Yes.
So, and you also, okay?
Thank you.
So we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Reid? I'm sorry. All right, thank you, Dan.
I got one. You may want to look at next week's temperatures also. It's in the hundreds, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. What?
Yes, we do that.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I didn't see that.
99, 100, and like 102 or something.
Okay, we will, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.